Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, God knows I love you. If you're not, I still love you, but I want you to subscribe. What I want to talk to you about is we've talked a little bit about toxic family relationships, okay? But on the other side of it, there's always a cause and effect, okay? Meaning that you don't just get a toxic family relationship and it just appears. Well, there's some things that works into it that develops it, okay? And as well, there are some things that you can do as an expat, married or dating a Filipina, to literally eliminate this toxic family situation and or control it, okay? One thing you got to remember is your Filipina has literally been trained, okay, in this toxic manner by her family. It's not necessarily the culture, it's the family culture, it's the family characteristic, not necessarily a Filipino culture. So it may be necessary for you to retrain your Filipina as to how you expect her to act and explain to her that her actions are dysfunctional. Okay? So if she's involved in toxic communications, you need to explain that to her, that this is toxic, this is dysfunctional. Okay? And so you need to basically retrain her. Okay? You need to take charge. Take charge of your affairs. Okay? Take things that's going on, you need to be in charge of them. And as a matter of fact, she expects you to be in charge. She expects you to be the one to dictate how things will and will not be. And so therefore, you need to take charge. Okay? All right? Meaning that if there's a situation, you need to be the one to resolve it. You need to be the one to prevent it. Uh, uh, and you need to be the one to avoid those types of situations that's toxic. Okay? One thing for sure and two for certain, that the Filipina has a commitment to her clan. She has a commitment to her family. And no short than poop smells, she'll abandon you. She will. If you give her the leeway and the family the advantage over you, whereas they control her, she will abandon you. Because why? How would you say, well, I done this, I done that, I take care of her, or we even have a child together. How would she abandon me? Simply because her culture dictates her commitment to her family. How strong her commitment to her family may be dysfunctional in regards to a dysfunctional family unit. Okay? So, how do you avoid this type of catastrophic behavior, that because you don't give in to what she's requesting, that's a request from the family, which is toxic, that now you can stand a chance of losing your relationship? Move away from them. Move out of their area. Don't let there be immediate contact where they can be at your house every day, all night, all day. Okay? Move away. Go away. Now, if the girl won't move away with you, that's a red flag. That's a sign to say that she is controlled by a toxic family, that will not allow her to move away, and she's in agreement with it. So in other words, by her refusing to move away is a blessing for you, okay? Follow this head, not that head, okay? Because if you receive a warning of a red flag, which that is a red flag, exit stage left, okay? Because why? The Filipino family who is toxic and that has dysfunctional family values, one thing that they have in common is they pretty much all believe that an expat, a foreign, American, UK, Australian, or whatever, they believe that you're rich. Not only that you're rich, but that basically you owe them. Okay? When you come into their family, they feel like you owe them something. And man, listen, there's no end to the scams, schemes, and ways in which they would love to take advantage of you. The family that has this toxic, dysfunctional method of operating, that's their mindset. You owe them. They're going to get you any way they can. You owe them, and if they go to the store to buy a fish, they're going to look for the most expensive fish. And they're not going to negotiate the price. Whatever the people say, they go say yeah. Because why? You paying for it. And they don't give a damn. They want you to pay the highest price. They want you to pay more. Because that's their dysfunction. Okay? They, for some reason, I find that when you find this type of family, they love to just rip you off on anything. There's no ground rules. There's nothing too high. There's nothing too low. Okay? You see? And then the sad part about it is once you have one of these nuclear events, whereas you're confronted by some type of dysfunctional request from either the Filipino or the family, when you lay the law down to your Filipina, she's going to do a couple of things. And when you see this, mark it as a red flag. Number one, she's going to get defensive. Okay? She's going to get very defensive. She's going to become irate. And this is something that Filipinos don't normally do, become irate. She's going to become irate. She's going to become livid. Okay? And she really don't want to hear what you got to say. And if you continue, telling her, she's going to become vindictive and almost like a demon. She's going to become pure evil. Okay? She's going to be like a demon. So what has to happen? How do you avoid, going from a fantastic relationship to now you're involved in someone who's acting like a demon? How do you cut that off? How do you not have that? Because truly, if she comes from a dysfunctional family, it's going to happen. The way you cut it off is you establish boundaries in the very beginning. And if your boundaries can't be established, then know that that's a red flag, stage left. You out of there. Okay? You got to establish boundaries in the beginning. You have to establish rules that you're not going to allow to be transgressed. Okay? You're not going to allow the rules to be transgressed. And the most important thing is you're not going to tolerate any form of disrespect from any family member and or your Filipina. Because trust me, you're not a Filipino. And if you know anything about Filipinos, you know they're very proud people. I love them to death. Okay? And not only are they proud people, they can be somewhat arrogant. Okay? When it comes to dealing with foreigners. Because They believe that their qualifications supersede yours. Irregardless of what your accomplishments in life has been, they still feel that because they are Filipino, they are better than you. Now, if you think I'm lying, just wait. They'll go give you a chance to show you that they feel like they're better than you. They will show you, just like a lot of people in the States, they didn't believe when I told them that Puerto Ricans was prejudiced, Latinos was prejudiced. There's a large majority of Latinos. They didn't believe it. They thought Latinos was just like blacks. The hell to the no. The hell to the no. You go look now. You got more Latinos registered as Republican, racist, MAGA people than anything. They control the vote in Florida, etc., etc. Why? Because they believe they're better than you. Same thing with the Filipino. They believe they're better than you. Okay? And if you give them a chance, they're going to show you. So, how do you avoid that? You avoid that by establishing boundaries in the beginning. Boundaries that cannot be transgressed by them, the Filipina, nor her family. Okay? So, the bottom line is this. Remember, your Filipina has a Filipina hustle, okay? Because that's how she met you. She met you basically because she's a Filipina who wanted to engage with a foreigner. And that was her hustle to get a foreigner. She got you. But on the other hand, you got to remember that the family has a hustle too. And the biggest hustler in the family is the mama and the daddy. Oh, you say, big man in the Philippines, that's mean, that's cruel. How could you accuse the mama and daddy of being hustlers? Well, I'll put it to you like this. All you have to do is go back and study the culture. And what you're going to find is that they breed the children to be, I'm telling you this in a short form. I'm saying they breed the children to be overseas foreign workers to take care of them. Now, you say that's wrong. That's not true. Okay. What I'm saying is, I'm telling you a fact. You do some research on your own and find out. Why is it that the Filipino will spend all her life overseas working and send the money back home, and from the first year she left to the 15th year that she's been there working and come back, the family ain't got no more than what they had when she left? Because they take all her money and they fluff it off on a daily good life. Yeah, that's right. And why is that happening? Because that's what they bred her to do. To go there, work, and send them money so they can sit at home and take it easy every day. And then when the next kid is up, that kid go do the same thing. That kid's going to be an overseas worker and is going to get the money and send it back to them. Majority, all of their money is going to go back to the mother and father. So this is what you're dealing with. So if you don't set no boundaries in the beginning, they're definitely going to control it. They're definitely going to have their way, and they're going to control your household. The best thing, get some distance between you once you recognize that you're dealing with a toxic Filipino family, that you're dealing with a dysfunctional family. You're dealing with a mother and father that is perfected the parent Filipino hustle. Then you know that they have bred her to be trained, to be scammed, and to do the things that the mother and father require them to do. And that is, if they telling her to tell you something, they expect her to do it. And if she don't do it and get the results, she gonna be treated like a black sheep in the family. She gonna be highly disrespected, and they gonna give her the blues because she didn't come through. Okay, listen, once again, help somebody when you get a chance. Because truly, when you help other people, you're helping yourself. God bless you. Take care.
You